Have you ever put something somewhere, then go back to go get it and discover that it's no longer there? And you're like, oh my gosh, what happened to it? I thought my keys were right here. Well, today's story, we talk about how Jesus had just died and they put him in the tomb. And how Mary, the mother of Jesus, went to the tomb 3 days later on what we call Easter and discovered that Jesus was no longer there. Can you imagine the feelings that she has? Like if you lost your keys or lost your favorite toy, you might freak out a little bit. This is a living person who had just died and now he is gone. And there is no explanation to where he is. So what I'd love for you to do right now is to take a minute, pause the video, read the passage on the screen, and then answer these few questions. When you're done, press play and then we'll continue from there. But I want you to see the reaction that everybody had about the fact that Jesus was no longer in the tomb. Okay, ready to begin? Pause the video now. It really is one of those freak out moments where you don't know where Jesus is and you're worried and you're stressed. You're like, where did they put the body? Where did he go? And only to realize that Jesus was alive, that he had risen from the dead. It's this amazing experience. And at first, nobody believes him because, again, who believes that someone could rise himself from the dead? But Jesus could. The Son of God could. And that's the great news about what happened in this whole story, the whole life of Jesus, is that God's love came down to earth with us, to live among us, to show us how to live life and life to the full, and to overcome death, even death on one of the most painful experiences ever, death on the cross. And he overcame that. And it really goes to show what our bottom line is today. Whatever happens, remember that God loves you. Again, the reality is that this whole story of Jesus was about God's love. And that no matter what happens in our lives, we can know that based on the story of Jesus and his resurrection from the cross, is that we know that God loves us and he will stop at nothing to bring us into a relationship with him. Nothing to stop us from experiencing his love each and every day. So you have to remember, whatever happens, God loves you. That's really important to remember, especially in times when you have trouble and things do not go as planned. It's like what our Bible verse says that we've been looking at all month long, John 16:33. In this world you have trouble, but be encouraged, I've won the battle over the world. Jesus' resurrection of the cross and his ascension into heaven really proves that he has won the battle over the world. There's nothing that this world can hold him down to. And that no matter what happens in your life, Jesus has overcome the world, and that gives you power and strength that you can overcome things with God's help as well. Because again, remember that no matter what happens, God loves you. God loves you so much that he was willing to send his own son to live among us and to die for our sins so that we can have a relationship with him again. If you have questions about what it means to follow Jesus and enter into a relationship with him, I'd love to talk to you about that. You can email me at the email address below, and I'd love to talk to you through each and every step of what that takes and what it looks like from here on out. If you still have questions, I would love to hear from you as well. You can email me or you can hit me up on Twitter. I'd love to talk to you about what that looks like or any other questions that you might have about what it means to follow Jesus. All right, everyone, I hope you have a great day. I hope you have a great rest of the week and that you experience God's love today. All right, I'll see you next time as we begin a whole new series.